So what's this? Prize. It's a shellfish tag. This should be somewhat familiar from 240, where you talked about serve safe and HACCP. How long do you have to keep these on file?
90 days.
90 days. How'd you remember that? Just in there. So the reason why you have to keep these 90 days is you have to give your guest time to sue you. It's true. That's why we have them. So these show when the product was harvested from the area. So these were harvested on August 30th, and they were shipped on September 5th. So they're in a good zone. We're still good. If somebody eats these and they get sick, it takes time for the whatever to happen, and then it takes time to get a lawyer, and then it takes time for them to sue you and you to come back. So you have to keep this on file for that long. I have them for 4 years, just because, why not? Because if I ever get called in the court, I'd be like, 4 years, bam. But that's why you keep these, and it's very important that you do that. Okay. All right, next. If somebody wants to take this for a hairnet, it's made in really nice bags. They make very nice bags. So what we're going to do is give these a quick rinse. And then what I want you to do before, give them a good rinse, and then you're going to look for, yeah, there's one. And here's my other example. So here's one that you'd want to throw out for a couple reasons. One, it's not closing, so it's staying open, and it's chipped. So if there's any kind of chip or break in the shell, it goes in the no-go bowl. This one is nice and healthy. It's sealed. It's actually still alive in there, but it has this thing on there. It's really fighting me. You see that? They call that a beard. I call it more of a soul patch. It's not really a beard. But what you want to do then is rip it off. Some of them are really hard. So there. So that's the soul patch. And so I always thought it would be funny. You know how I tried hunting a couple of times and I got more mosquito bites than it was worth. But if anybody wants to take me hunting, that'd be fine. But I thought, you know how they put antlers on their garage doors? I thought I would hang all these on there. Can you imagine that? Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so now this one's ready. It's closed, it's debearded, and it's in the good pile. Okay, and the beards can go in there. So this is an American lobster. This is probably one of the most prized lobsters in the world for flesh, for taste, for texture. There are other types of lobsters. There's the Floridian spiny lobster. Have you ever had those? And then there's also, in Europe, they have something called a langoustine, which is a little bit smaller and a little bit more delicately flavored flesh. What we're going to do is quickly go over kind of the details. So first you might notice rubber bands. The claws on here, you can see this one is a pincher, and this one is a crusher.
Is that two of them?
Yeah, that's no good.
Okay. So
this is a crusher, and this is a pincher. Okay? So this one, it kind of does all the little delicate work. This is the meat hook. And students ask, well, why do you have rubber bands on there? I didn't put them on. They come like that. But one time I had a carrot in the wok, and we put a carrot in there, and it's like, so you wouldn't really want that when you're handling lobsters. All of a sudden you're like, oh, the finger's gone. So that's why it's on there. They're pretty strong. And you'll notice the color, it's very camouflage, right? It's dark on top and then lighter on the bottom. It's because they live on the bottom of the ocean. And when they move, when they're on the bottom of the floor, they move like this. They use their tail and they flap it, and they move backwards like that. It's kind of like a moonwalk. Okay? You'll see all these pinchers as well. That helps facilitate food. So if we look at the back side, this is how they get food into the mouth. They'll pick things and put it in there like that. That's how they get food in there. This is its mouth, right inside here. Okay, you can see it's breathing underneath there. They hold a little bit of water in there. That's how they breathe, and they kind of oxygenate that like this. So that's how they get their oxygenated water. Okay, so if you just took this and put it in the water, it would take a little bit for it to die. And while it's dying, it would be probably releasing some chemicals into the meat that can make it tough, which is not a good thing. So I was shown a more humane way to take care of it. Yeah, he's like, no. So I will show you how to. You're gonna basically separate. You're gonna separate the brain from the nervous system. What you're gonna do is, first I want you to, without the knife, you're gonna hold right here and separate the arms out that way. So you want to do that.
Okay.
Okay. And nice and firm.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and do that first, just so you get a feel for it. Yeah. So you're going to go in here and pull all this back, so you can have a clear path this way. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take the knife, and you're going to stick it right in its chin. And then well, it can't do this. So you're going to go straight down to the cutting board, and then you're going to cut its face in half.
Oh yes. Okay.
All right. All right. So before you touch the knife, though.
Is it like feel weird?
Well, that's why I want you to do it without the knife. You feel it. Just put your hand on there. Go ahead. Just try it. And really push down hard. Wait for it. Go. Just keep it here. Like,
Here.
Yeah, and then just push straight down and then forward. Fast. Real fast. Go, keep going. Go. Okay, good. You did it.
Oh, it's scary.
All right, so I'm going to make sure it's done. Okay, so it's done. So now we basically separated the nervous system from the brain. It's not feeling anything. This is all chemical reactions. So now what we're going to do is take the lobster, and that's what it was breathing before. We're going to put it in steamer for 7 minutes. Okay? And that's a good time to boil or steam a lobster, but 7 minutes for this size.